You already 5 people. Five people already. Yeah. They must be. Seven. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Yes, sir. The video sound. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. All right. Sure. I'll put on the time countdown in a minute.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, wherever you are, for joining us tonight. My name is Tebza. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us tonight. We are going to be breaking down the market tonight. We are welcoming you. Don't worry about the video. It's a welcome to you all. Please, you can share the link with anybody who's a trader that you think that is going to be interested on tonight's material. We are going to be breaking it down. The whole information, the whole secret is coming out. How do we trade? Okay, I think they say they cannot hear. We'll deal with it. Mr. Morera, Paul, they can't hear. We'll just deal with the sound technical issues, guys. We'll just be coming back to it right now. Let me just check if you can share some on the screen. Right. Let me just go there. Can I just check if you guys can hear us? Testing sound. If you can hear us, shout. Just drop the message. Can you all hear me now? Lovely. He says it's better now. Good evening, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a wonderful, wonderful day. In South Africa, it's Youth Day. It's a public holiday. We have had too much time in the market. So that's another one. So, and then if you're coming from any other part of Africa, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are going to be breaking down the market. Tonight, we are revealing all secrets that we use to trade the market at an advanced level. I'm going to be putting up my pro cap tonight. Nothing is going to be left. No stone will be left unturned. You're going to be most welcome. We're going to be doing an interactive mentorship tonight. We are going to be having a great, great, great market. We are anticipating that in about 20 minutes from now, there will be some biggest news for the month that is also going to be released from New York, right during the New York session. So the Fed is going to be releasing news right now. The interest rate decisions are going to be released. Economic projections are coming out. Then from there, we're also going to be looking to check what the press conference will be looking like. So we are expecting that within 20 minutes from now, there's going to be a serious explosion within the equity market, currency market, metals, including commodities and oil. That's going to be exciting. How does a pro trader approach such? That's why we call tonight. There is going to be an advanced mentorship with a twist. Many guys have been thinking that we do not trade fundamentals. Yes, we do fundamentals. So in this case, what are we called? We are called fundamental technicians. We are doing technical trading, but we are fully aware of what fundamentals can bring. So that's what I'm going to be covering tonight. So I'm going to be looking at few pairs. You can suggest the pairs that you want to look during this session with me. I'm going to be looking mainly at the dollar-based currencies, because this is going to be news that will heavily affect the US dollar. So please do not ask me that we need to be dealing with any other pair which is not related to the news. Fundamental traders, there it is. I've put up a chart there to show you that the highest impact, the volatility is expected on dollar-denominated currencies. Please, guys, it's a US dollar news. So in this case, when you are asking for a pair, give me a pair which is highly likely to be impacted by the news so that we don't miss out how to do technical analysis and combine that with fundamental analysis. Okay, so that's what's going to be happening. So I am going to be using our top strategies. I'm going to be using a high-level support and resistance combined with chart patterns. Some price action trading will come into play, some supply and demand. Some of you have not heard me speak about this in our free course. I'm also going to be pulling out some very nice FIBO levels, including some Elliott waves right there. So I'm going to be holding them everything in once. Why? It is because when you are a technician and we're going to be trading such news, you need to be able to be in your A game. So again, I'm warning every single trader that tonight is going to be mentorship. So it is not necessarily going to be a trading session. I don't recommend that we do a trading session in a highly volatile market, but rather we're gonna be watching. Keep your eyes glued on the screen, on the chart as I'm going to be breaking it down. So you're gonna be seeing the impact. You're gonna be seeing the impact of the news on yourself or on any form of trading, especially as a technical trader. It is very important. Okay. So you're going to be seeing how we looked at it. It's about 20 minutes. So I'm going to be starting by breaking down the markets based on the strategies. I will use these where possible to speculate what could happen with the Fed interest rate, whether they are going to be hawkish or whether they're going to be dovish. The market currently expects that the interest rate should be I think I've checked there. I think they expect that the interest rate are going to be, let me just check, they are going to be the same. So they are considering that, so meaning that we are expecting that they should not be dovish, they should be what you call hawkish. So they are watching the interest rates, but currently they would not, the market has factored in a hawkish position of the Fed. So meaning that they are expected to keep the interest rate the same at 0.25. So should they drop it, then they would have taken a dovish stand. And should they raise it, they would have taken a hawkish stand. Right. So let's get to the charts. So the pairs that are highly likely to be moving is going to be the euro dollar, the UJ, GBP USD, and then also we're expecting some big movements on the dollar Canadian and the US dollar Canadian dollar, and you also expect some movement, big movements on the price of gold. And I have just posted, I'm going to be sharing that again. That's where you're going to be starting from. We are also expecting some big movements on the price of gold. All right. So please note that. Please keep noting that. I hope you can see the screen that I've just put up there. This is how gold is looking like right now. I have shown that up slightly earlier. This is the price of gold. I told, and I'm still saying, that the price of gold is still converged nicely. It is 20 minutes of sitting in a cocoon. All right. Started by expanding. You know, that expansion was caused by a heavily volatile gold market. The price of gold shot up from that top, going up. That's where we see that big first bullish candle, a single Marubozu making and opening up that channel, one single candle. So that channel is, you can see that it is just hanging on a single candle. Wow, what an amazing move. I have used support and resistance, advanced traders. I have used in this instance 2 trading systems. I have used one, I have used advanced support and resistance. This is not, you can see that I did not use a single trend line. I used 2 trend lines. The first trend line or resistance is that I used the first resistance, which for me, I call it the internal resistance, is the one that does stop the price from inside, you know, and this is the resistance. So this resistance, it is the one that is currently holding the price. But even if the price goes up, there is a second layer of resistance. I just want to show you on how we're going to be looking in the market and how much gold is doing. So this whole area for me, I call it as not just resistance, but it's a heavy supply, a supply zone on H1 and also on H4. So we're looking on any single time frame. There's a heavy, so the sellers have already locked themselves right from the 14th, from the 14th of June. After the buyers have pushed up, the sellers have kept the price up. Then from there, we are seeing on the price of gold some nice resistances, the 2 levels, 2 layers of resistance. Similarly, that's now making a zone. Similarly, we also have got 2 layers of support. Ladies and gentlemen, traders, this is a serious matter. Gold is completely squeezed, equally squeezed. This is called a symmetrical triangle. The movement that the sellers make is proportion in the middle. So you can see that we are, this is called the wire. 20 minutes to go. And this price is stuck in first layers of this triangle. That's exactly what it looks like. This is what they're going to be fighting for. The market must decide who must win this. There's a huge amount of volatility as it is written in Baby Pips stuff now. Now I'm reminding those who are reading Baby Pips. According to Baby Pips information, these kind of patterns causes huge volatility. Warning, do not trade these markets. I'm just warning you. There's a very, very, very big risk there. I'm just warning you that the risk is extremely high in and out. So the risk for this guy, for risk, is extremely high. The volatility that could come, I will show you what could possibly happen. 10 minutes to go. The interest rate will be due. This is a very high risk, even inside and even after that. So that's what I'm showing you. You can drop in a pair that you want us to consider. So this is extremely risky. Scalpers Those who are short-term traders, I know they are waiting for the same news, because scalpers link up their strategies with news. Okay, so news are going to be coming. According to our analysis, the volatility will be so immense. In other words, it is possible that the price can keep moving up and down, moving up and down, just like this. So there's one candle that can move like this. After breaking this candle, you would see there could be a single candle moving up, moving down, coming from beneath, just like this. Watch, we are only left with 10 minutes. So this is what I am warning you against. So this is what is called, after applying a strategy, then you need to do interpretation. The interpretation of this market as it stands is that expect high volatility. If I am the weatherman, I would be warning you to say expect heavy current, heavy storms are coming in the market. Now you choose. If you are a swimmer, you don't know how to swim, and you want to go into a heavily volatile or heavily volatile market, that's up to you. But safety first. So if you believe in safety first, we wait for the storms to go, and after the storms has calmed down, then we can trade the market. So, but we're gonna be witnessing that together for the first time. I think most of the guys have been pushing me to do this kind of sessions, because I usually do this in my own comfort, in my own trading room. I watch the market like this. I sometimes go in if I can feel that the tone of the Fed is a single tone. If others interpret it to be dovish or going to be the dollar to go down, and others look at it as hawkish, then that's exactly when the market begins to come with mixed bags. Then there's going to be heavy fluctuation or volatility or spiking up and down, choppy markets in between, because there's a lot of money coming in. A lot of liquidity providers are going to be wanting to trade and invest in what the Fed is going to be releasing in terms of statements. Okay, guys, so be careful. That's the first one. If you'd like us to look, smash that button. That's what they say. You can say I like what is happening, and then from there you can also drop any question you'd like. Anytime you can say, Coach, please, can you please explain this for me, or please look at this particular pair for us. We don't mind. So let's interact anytime. I can stop in the middle of a conversation, take a pause, and then from there we can go to the questions. All right. So if there's any pair that you'd like us to demonstrate on, we can do that. The one that I've come up with, it's gold. Gold, there's 10 minutes to go. And the price of gold is still hedged, beautifully sandwiched by two serious resistors. The sellers are squeezing gold, or gold is being squeezed by buyers and sellers from either side. Where will the price of gold go? That is the question. I can see Semi coming with lots of them. Euro dollar, pound dollar. They are way too many. All right, we will choose one out of that. So that's why. So the price of gold, because gold is heavily correlated with the dollar. So like I said, when it's known, that when the price of the dollar goes up, the price of gold goes down. And when the price of the dollar goes down, the price of gold goes up. So we are trying to link the two together. So the market has factored in a hawkish approach. They say the interest rate will be the same at 0.24. What is the market expecting? The expectation that it should either be left the same or be raised. If that's the case, then we could expect some nice mobility on the dollar side, because they may want to buy the dollar. But dovish, they may continue to sell the dollar because they are still on the lower side. Okay, so let's break it down. Let's break it down, guys. Give me the pair. Give me the pair. 8 minutes to go. Okay, they are going to start. There's the question, Coach. Please, can you what then will happen on the gold in view of the news? All right, I've just answered it right now. Right, in view of the news, we do not know what is going to happen to gold, because gold will depend on how the dollar, where the dollar will go. So now I'm going to go to the price of the dollar. I'm going to be picking up one of the dollar currency pair. I can either go to US dollar, Japanese yen, or to euro dollar. You choose which one. All right. I have been watching good vibes. Semi's getting a good vibes, and I'm watching and waiting for gold. Thank you, coach. Yes, I am also waiting for gold. Guys, this is a very important time. If you're a trader, I would just want to show you how do we do that in the comfort of the secrecy of our trading rooms. Okay, so I'm gonna be commenting step by step as the market will be moving. Then you can see how we look at the market before the news come, during the news, and after the news. So we're gonna be demonstrating it in 3 phases: before the news, during the news, and after the news, shortly after the news. So you will be seeing that. If the time allows, because we're finishing around 5:30, we will be seeing on how the market calms down after the news. But we are embrace yourself for a heavily volatile New York session until the end. There's going to be heavy volatility on the dollar, on the gold, and on the US indices, including the NASDAQ. Which one should I go to? Let me first go to the dollar Swiss franc. Can I go to the dollar Swiss franc rather? The dollar, rather, the USD Japanese yen. Let me start with this one, all right? I think you are all watching my dollar Japanese yen chart. It is kind of bullish. It looks bullish. You can see that the reason why the gold has been dropping down, it is because the dollar UJ has bounced from this support and it has gone up. I will look at the euro dollar and it has been going up. There it is finding some resistance and is beginning to turn. What is very interesting for me is that the UJ, the dollar and the Swiss franc did not go into a cocoon. So the dollar is deliberately, watch this carefully. The dollar is deliberately gone to a pullback, and it has come to the support. So that's what I note right there. Apologies for that. So the dollar, the UJ is now settling at support. I'm breaking it down for you. 5 minutes before Powell releases the results or the interest rate, then from there they're going to be going into the conference. This is the support. So the dollar is holding at support. Semi asked me, where will the price of gold go? According to me, the dollar is holding the support, okay, the intraday support. That's what it's holding right now, beautifully. USD holding the same thing. This was the previous resistance. The dollar is indicating that these news will come and they will be favorable to the guys. So the market could be very excited with the news. So what does it mean? There is a highly chance, according to this, the likelihood that the UJ is giving. The UJ is giving an indication of a bullish dollar. I'm telling you now, of a continuation of the dollar. That is what is showing us up to the same point. So this is what it is showing. So UJ is suggesting, not me, the UJ is saying, if everybody needs to follow me, I am telling them that the price of the dollar will be going up. Let's hold it right there. At the same time, we are watching this just on a demo level. The dollar Swiss franc, according to me, it's indicating that the dollar Swiss franc could go down. You see now, this is confusion, or it's called confusion. That is why I'm saying be careful, because the dollar Swiss franc is at resistance and the dollar Japanese yen is at support. The dollar Swiss franc is at the resistance and the dollar yen is at the support. Do you want more information? Do you want more information? It's 3 minutes before they are going to be starting to move, and the euro dollar is already showing itself to be anywhere in between. So the euro dollar is suggesting if the price drops, it could find support. It's still hanging, you know. To gold is not still hanging, gold is inside. So the euro dollar suggests that if the price drops, meaning that there could be volatility that could be stopped there and the euro start to gain power to go to the upside. What does it suggest? The euro suggests a bullish connotation, meaning that the euro says the dollar, euro dollar says the dollar could weaken. 2 out of 1. Euro dollar, they says the dollar will weaken. Listen to me. The euro dollar is contemplating the weakness of the dollar from tonight. And the dollar Swiss franc is contemplating the weakness of the dollar tonight. The UJ, it is suggesting a bullish dollar. But even if the dollar could drop, the US dollar could drop, the UJ still suggests a bullish thing from the support. So it's only UJ is far from interpreting to us that the price of the dollar can fall. So because gold is heavily correlated, 2 minutes, because gold is heavily correlated to UJ, so we expect heavy volatility on UJ and heavy volatility on gold. I've just concluded right now. Right. Before we can go to that, let's go for the last time. I think you guys are watching. Keep watching. All right. I can see that we are still losing some other guys who are perhaps because of the internet, they could be losing the connection. How then do you go? You may not conclusively know as a trader. It's a lie. If somebody can tell you where things will go, if the market says it doesn't know, I'm just demonstrating to you that there are many versions, several indications, and that's normal before big news. Usually before the big news, the market goes into a mode of uncertainty or consolidation. Which is what we are seeing on the price of gold. So the price of gold is indicating some uncertainty. Right, 1 minute to go. So I'm going to be watching it from gold. Let's watch it from gold. Right, let's go back to the gold. I would like us to watch the gold, what the gold will do. There it is. Already it's just 1 minute. There's the price of gold. Watch it now. Just watch. This is not a trading moment. The battle is on. Now they are selling gold, meaning that the price of the dollar is going up. According to them, this is exactly what they expected from the dollar side. Now, but watch. If you're not very good with analysis, most scalpers in this instance will be selling gold. You see, I'm warning you. Most scalpers will be selling gold. I will tell you when is the right price to sell gold. So indeed, the UJ is going up. So UJ was right. Just switch. There it is. The price. Watch that. Watch. UJ was right. So the UJ got it there. UJ is going up. The price of gold is dropping. So this is confirmed. The dollar or these guys are hawkish. Let's go check the news now. But that's how we get it. I'm hoping you guys can see it. Watch that beautifully. Watch that. The support, what a beauty. You see it again. The gold UJ has gotten it, meaning that the euro dollar is dropping. Let's go to the euro dollar. Quickly check. Euro dollar is dropping, breaking that support. Will it break? Please be careful. The market is not yet done. This is the first minute of trading. What I'm warning you. This is the first minute of trading. The dollar Swiss franc breaks. That's very key right there for the dollar Swiss franc. The dollar Swiss franc breaks. There it is. Right. The UJ, big bullish candle on H1. Come on, guys. Come on now. Who was on the UJ, right? Who's us gambling? We are already 11 pips down. 11 pips. All right. Remember, according to this, the price is, can you see what I'm talking about? UJ is going up and UJ is not very far from the top resistance. This resistance has been there way before these news are coming. So you will see that candle will be going. As soon as that UJ candle touches that resistance of yours, then UJ would stop a little bit. Then we'll be seeing gold, and I'm gonna go to gold again. You see, there is the price of gold. Remember, I told you this is going to be volatile. This is live mentorship. How I'm live in this? How I'm live with this? The resistance has got it, but to where? That's gonna be the question. I'm not interested anymore because there are many support. Why is the support? Here is the other support of gold. Is the pivot support. The price must break below 1844. Going to there, but it must break 1844. because that's exactly what you call the lowest price. There it is. That's the 1844. Now I'm revealing the secret, right? The 1844 is the support. Now the price of gold has come to the support. Remember, all these are trading systems that we teach at advanced, support and resistances. There we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, gold broke from a symmetrical bearish, that pattern was bearish, a bearish pattern that is a contracting triangle. What is blocking that? It broke out. I'm only, as I said, I know you can go check your Facebook right now, or a few hours after that, you will be seeing many traders. They are now entering a sell of gold now. They will never know what happened to them. All right, so let's see. It's not yet time to trade. I'm warning you, it's not yet time to trade. This is the first reaction of the market. There is a sell. Price of gold is breaking, but the breaking of this bearish contracting triangle only leads to the overall support of gold. This support was not formed by the news. This support was formed by the market way before the news were made. I repeat, this support was formed way before the news were made. This was resistance, and that's how the price respected. Now the whole hype is going to be stopped. So meaning that if this be the resistance, right, that's the support. That's another support. Now gold is pulling another stand. Gold is breaking the whole hype. Right, what's going to happen? If the price can stay here for a long time, it's going to be disaster. I will go to the news. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to go to the news. So this is the support. So there were 3 layers of support. The price is now held at 1844. Found support. Watch. Will it break? Will it drill? Bottom line is that coach is not drilling. It is found some stop. Can I get some bias here? Let me check. No bias. M15. No, oh, there the buyers come. Watch that. We are seeing the buyers for the first time in 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes gone. The entire 5 minutes belonged to the sellers. Will the next 5 minutes belong to the buyers? Remember, the sellers pushed the price down. They moved from there the sellers are drilling again. Right, another drill. Another drill. I can go to the news now. That's a beautiful drill right there. Wow, right. I'm saying wow, you know, I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll show you this. I'll show you the secret with you later. Right, there is the drilling happening now. So this is bearish. Drilling again to how far? 1844 being broken. The support being drilled. Right. Not a good time to buy again. Right. I told you this is a heavily volatile market. I do not suggest any buy or sell even now according to our systems. Be safe. These guys are not done. All right. They're not done. Let me go to the price of euro dollar. The euro dollar, the support broken or breaking. Let me just be clear also. Support breaking. All right. So when you are trading with us, you should be knowing by now that we expect the price to be coming nicely now and to be coming to retest this point. So the further the price go, the better the retest. So the further, because then that's how you confirm the breakout. The one that is giving me a conclusive breakout is the dollar Swiss franc. But the dollar Swiss franc is also going to be held by this top. And this is another level that has been very dangerous. This is the support that has been very dangerous for the dollar. This support previously took the price from there and they took the price up to there. They can move the price big. If anything can go by, these guys have got a tendency of taking the price to the downside, right up to the bottom. So in this case, you're going to be monitoring this level. All right. So again, the 4-hourly chart is not done. The 1-hour chart is not done. The 1 hour is not done. That candle is still pretty much on the game. All right. That M30 candle is still on the game. I hope I'm not gonna be saying this. That is the day. Okay, that's what we do. Right. Let me switch in the meantime. You know what's happening right there. This is what we do. It's a some of you would be happy that you sold earlier. All right, it's happy. But where you're gonna be taking your profit become a mystery. So that is the most important thing. All right. So let's just keep it on gold and keep monitoring. There are the buyers coming. Where are the buyers coming? They're coming from the M5. There is a serious fight. Watch that. Watch that. Watch that. The buyers are fighting now. They say you've taken us away from the triangle, but this is our zone. It has got nothing to do with the news. This zone we have made some week ago, 2 weeks ago, and that price has been holding. Remember, this price has been holding for the longest time, right? This price is the price that was holding from May. So this was not formed now. This was formed in May 2021. They broke out this resistance on the 17th of May. That's when they broke out that resistance. Now they retested it once in June, and this is a retested it in June, and this is a retest. A retest, and some other traders called it a double bottom. This is a double bottom, all right, for gold. So gold is defending the double bottom. Who's buying there? That's the question. Let's go to the news, ladies and gentlemen. You are taking my time, right? I'm loving the market. I love when the market moves. And I like when Clement says hype, 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 hype. It is what it is. It is hype. Be careful when you trade these candles. Many novice traders, they love riding candles. I'm asking them, riding it to where? Where are you riding to? Would you jump into a train that is just about to hit a blockade in front of it? I wouldn't do that. In fact, let me just spill the secret right now. This price was better on the upside. Why? Because if the price of gold could have gone on the upside, coach, this was the target. Do you see that? If the price could have gone up, it was better to be scalping it because the target was going to be the $1,900 of the price. So it was much, much better to be going on the upside than it was on the downside. Now there they are. The price of gold went on the downside. As soon as they went to the downside, when they are celebrating the victory coming out from the triangle, now they are finding another big block, and that's another support. But if they could have gotten on the upside, their target was they were going to be moving swiftly. I'm telling you, they had a swift ride on the upside, and they've got a rough ride on the downside. This is going to be the most turbulent market to the downside because of the support of gold and because of the resistance of the dollar. All right. So gold was going to be much better on the upside, or maybe those who were trading. Let's go to the news. Right. Break it down, coach. Right. Let's go back to the news. What happened? It has been 10 minutes from that time. What happened? Let's go to the news. What happened is that the first thing that was traded was actual data. There it is. The data came, and where is that? The Fed interest rate. These guys have not posted it, right? But I think they must have kept it the same, I guess. I've not checked the news, guys. Sorry, I'm with you in the market. There it is. The rate were kept the same. Remember, they were kept the same because that's what the market traded. They traded. So the market traded the same, all right? So the economic projections are coming, and now where we are going right now, remember, the 0.25, I don't know why there was such, but because I know, such jubilation, because we have factored in 0.25. So the interest rate are left the same, and there is this celebration that it happened as we expect. This is called as expected. And because of expectation, the market is excited and they are buying the dollar. All right, they are buying the dollar. Euro dollar is dropping. Swiss franc is going to the upside, reach the resistance. Congratulations, the Swiss franc has come to the resistance. What a move, guys. This is a big move, I can tell you now. Big move. Watch. 50 pips already in the back. 55 pips already. UJ. 51 pips, proportional. Just about 50 pips. GBP USD. I'm just showing my chart. Not that much. It's also dipping into the big support. I'm still showing you on what the dollar was facing, a monster. 70 pips in the bag. If you're selling GBP as a scalper, congratulations. But now we are approaching serious support. There it is. Just sharing with you. This support is not a joke. This support is a very bad support. Watch. It's a sea of buyers. There it is. The sea of buyers. Right there. That's where GBP USD is coming into. Good luck. All right. For the GBP USD to be confirmed bearish, they must drill through this sea and they must come out here. Only when they can come out here in this terrain can we say that GBP USD is bearish. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, these things we trade. So this is they do have got advantage here. I must tell you, these guys have got an advantage of this is what we call a butterfly. Big butterfly, beautiful one, or a bet, because this the bottom is the same. Could be a bearish bet right there. So they are hanging on that pattern at the top. So this pattern has got the capability of dropping the price to the bottom. This one I have known that these guys have been negative anyway. Oh yes. Oh, the sharing. Thank you, Clement. Right. Oh yeah, I forgot to share the screen, and that's me again. All right, so we are waiting for, let me share the screen. I've got this thing of forgetting to share the screen again. Share screen. Apologies for that. We start again. Don't mind. We'll do it again. I'm already on your GBP USD. Thank you guys. Oh, apologies for that. Right, I was talking about this GBP USD. Right, that's what I'm saying. That I'm showing you the sea of. Let me put this back. That if the GBP USD that has already moved about 70 pips, they've already moved far faster than all others. But they are moving, and they are moving very closer to there is the 70 pips first. So the GBP USD has dropped 70 pips. 80 pips. Now they're going for 80 pips drop during the same news. But those news are making them to go to the support. Remember, guys, we are not done with the evening. This is going to be a long session. Why? Because now the market must be going to trade the second phase. The data was released, and the data was hawkish. Now we are going to be going to the press conference and the economic projections. So the market is therefore now going to be trading the actual statement coming from there, meaning that we are now wanting to hear how the Fed is going to be looking at the economy from their own mouths. Now, based on what they say, which is what we call the explanation of their interest rate decision, then a second batch of trading will happen. And that's exactly where I think something is going to be coming from here. According to my analysis, looking at these charts, I think that we are not going to close this market with a strong dollar. That's my opinion. Not yet. Why? Because the first set of trading could finish better, but the first set of trading pushed the dollar up. The second batch of trading could push it down. In some instances, it is going to be coming down to retest. And I hope it does not push it back inside. Remember, this is not a completely bullish market of the dollar. I am warning you. This is not a completely bullish side. The dollar is still on pullback, even if it can go up. So whether we are going to be seeing a fully fledged full pullback of the dollar, we are yet to see. But if this price, as I've indicated, can come back inside here, then we will be left with a big, Clement, I hope you can hear me, because you have been, because I've got one of the best followers of our trading system here. Because if this can happen, we have seen on how many times the price has shown false breakout. This could be one of the biggest false breakout for those with the resistance like the one that I have. But of course, my friend, if you don't have this resistance, which you are not supposed, which I said is not everybody who must have it. If you don't have this resistance, you only have got a pivot resistance. So in this case, according to your analysis, this price is still in a bearish rectangle. You see, I am showing you how the market goes. So in this case, the price could be hitting this top as what we call A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3 correction from the top, only to go back to continue to the downside. According to me, this is not a good time to buy the dollar anyway. The biggest point I'm giving a signal, according to me, I would buy the dollar at this phase I'm showing you, with or without news here. I'm happy that we are recording this session. If the price of the US dollar comes here, even after this news, tell them Coach Tebza had analyzed that those news, or has predicted, he was not sure that the price of gold can break, the price of the dollar can continue even after the 10 minutes of buying the dollar. Because it is not the right, it was not the right level to be buying the dollar, technical level. I'm repeating. The buy of the dollar that is happening right now, it is not the right technical level to be buying the dollar. It is not the right technical level to be selling your gold. Not the right ones. Why? So if that's the case, it means that we could be seeing some selling of the dollar. This may end up back inside with a big candle here. It may be that this could be, if that's the case, we could be seeing the head. That's how false breakouts are formed. We could be seeing the shoulder here. This is how false breakouts are formed. We could be. I don't see any momentum to the downside because this momentum will be dampened. I hope I don't have anything like this next time. I hope I'm wrong. But if I'm right, why? I am trading a bullish expanding triangle on the euro dollar. So I'm not interested on selling now. If they need to show us so if you need to sustain the momentum, you need to show us a very big selling. Well, let me tell you, for me, the euro dollar must go and must touch this point to be bearish or below. Yes, the euro dollar must come and they must go below. They must trade below this point to be bearish here. If it doesn't reach this point, I don't credit it as bearish. Until then, I keep my bullish euro dollar. Yes, I keep my bullish euro dollar until the price breaks this neckline of this king crown pattern. That's on the other side. On the price of gold, gold just broke out from the, I'm going to show you the H1. Gold broke out the 1844 levels. Well done to gold. Right. There is another level I'm monitoring. Just hang in there. Right. The other level that I'm monitoring of gold is that I hope gold is not doing this pattern. It's not like we are refusing. Yes, sometimes I refuse, by the way. Right. If gold can break. Oh, sorry, there is the pattern, right? So, but it looks like it's digging on it. That's a dig. Let's be technically sure. Gold is digging the final level. I'm telling you, this is the final support. If they succeed here, gold is going down. Right. So that's what we are monitoring. I'm just showing you. So we are monitoring that flag. There is gold digging on it. I'm not going to put any other one. The price breaks this point, trades below this level. Gold is bearish up to, in fact, when I see all the support, I see them retested and I see problems. Because all this retested support would be used to bounce the price to the downside. So this is the level which the gold must hold on to tightly. Until then, we are watching an attempt to change the face of the dollar. Could the credit go to the Fed? Could the credit go to the Fed? The Fed could have done it, perhaps, to bring back the confidence into the ailing dollar price, into the weakness of the dollar that has seen the price of the euro going so high and the price of the dollar against the Swiss franc going this low. Could it be? One stage to go. They just need to invalidate these patterns. Then from there, they've got the trend, or they have officiated the pullback. They have got to break these levels. Right. What questions do you have, guys? I've got 5 minutes for now. I will be now going into my trading room to go and digest the press conference. I need to go to the conference myself and just listen into what is happening there. Any questions? There is a question from Mpo Blessing Mama Tiari. He says, please share. Okay, I've just shared. Apologies for that, guys. Ouch. Somebody says, ouch there. What a move. That's how it is. So that's what we are monitoring. So monitor those. Keep that support that I've just shown you of the dollar Swiss franc. All right. It is that resistance, rather, that resistance is not broken. Keep the euro dollar expanding triangle. It is broken. Euro dollar triangle is broken. Right? The triangle that should have taken the price to the upside is breaking. We don't use the word broken. It's breaking. The price of gold is facing serious challenge. Price at support. They are talking. Where could the price go? That's what we are looking to see. Right? Whether it will continue to be bearish. But if it doesn't continue to be bearish, then from there we will see. But there's still a challenge for the price of gold, because also the gold must break this. They must break this pattern to the upside to continue being bullish. So we could see a big fight in between those two levels, the top levels, the resistance level and the support levels. So before we can have a conclusive price. But I think the dollar Swiss franc can decide. Okay, that one is pretty clear. UJ definitely does not indicate that the dollar will carry on going for a long time, because these guys are going to the resistance that can take the price down. The UJ even gives it away, this one, because the price is going to the top. This resistance is hard to break. I must just emphasize that. This is one of the hard to break resistances of all that I'm seeing. The dollar Swiss franc resistance is simple to break. That this resistance is one of the hardest resistance to break, the UJ. So UJ faces a tough time, because this wedge is coming to an end, So that's another thing. So I think for me, that's what I'm looking at. So it's a good luck to the pound. The support of the pound of the cable, very difficult to break. So the dollar is facing serious challenges here. Okay, so it needs to work. It needs more data than just what has been released in the previous 30 minutes. I hope you guys see how we trade advanced trading systems and how we combine them with market fundamentals. This is not just news. This is market fundamentals. How they bought, how the market invests into their own analysis. The fundamentals predicted that the interest rate will remain the same. They remain the same. And how they came in to buy the dollar, it was amazing. But therefore, the dollar price wants more liquidity. They want more capital. Will there be more new money? Not the same as the one that came before. Can we have new monies after 30 minutes? Can we have another big liquidity provider coming to buy the dollar at this price? Would they say the dollar is too expensive because the dollar has now reached the resistance? Could they say perhaps the price of gold is cheaper now and start buying gold? Perhaps they were waiting like you and me, waiting for the price of the dollar to become expensive. Then they can sell more of their dollars because they've been wanting to be buying the price of gold. Perhaps. You never know. So this is how we concluded. If there are no many further more questions, I have broken it down. The only thing that I've not done is just to look at the US stocks. Apologies for that. Let me just quickly go to any of the US stocks, including the Brent crude oil. The price of Brent crude oil was expected to drop. The drop isn't that big. So it means, therefore, this did not have so much of a bearing on the price of the Brent crude oil. All right, not too much. But those who are trading oil like me, there is a pattern coming through, a very nice bearish pattern. Please don't say I didn't tell you. There is a nice bearish pattern suggesting that the dollar will continue to gain strength against the Canadian dollar. I'm not sure about the others, meaning that the USD CAD has gotten a big breakthrough. Clement, we spoke about this. There is the breakthrough we've been waiting for. That's the breakthrough, right, of the Canadian dollar. Now let me go to the NFP session or New York session. Let me go to the New York session and go look for the NASDAQ. Whoever is trading the NASDAQ, we expect there is the USD ZAR shooting to the upside, struggling to break this bearish pattern. Should they succeed, as I indicated, we are going to be seeing beautiful things. Is it helping? Oh, this is not good for the US stocks. Why? Because of correlation. So whatever is happening right now, and that's exactly the dilemma of the US, that when the dollar gets strength, there seems to be tendency of selling or profit taking on the stock market. So now Powell must decide, does he want a strong stock market or does he want a strong currency? That is what they must decide. What a fall. So now they need to be breaking it down to decide if they are going to be liking what they see after their news. Do you want a weak stock market or a discounted shares for a better currency or what? But this, I suspected that the price of the Dow Jones was going to drop. According to me, it could still even drop any further and shock you, right? So the stock markets, they're dropping. US 500 dropping. The US tech dropping. So basically, we are seeing serious profit taking on the side of the stock market. So basically, the New York Stock Exchange is red as we speak. This is not what fundamentals or those who are stock market traders would like to see. So, but the next part of the whole market becomes very important. Ladies and gentlemen, I have helped you. I hope this was one of the most, I think for me, this was one of the most exciting kind of mentorship that I've done. Live market. I know I did not demonstrate every single trading system. As I said, I'm going to be pulling them all from wherever they are. So I have used support and resistance, and that's how we use it. I have used as Fibonacci, not too much this time. All right, some patternings. I've used some patterns, and I've also used some. Candlestick trading. You know, I just showed you where the price could turn out from. There is the problem. There is I'm just showing you on how the USD tech completely dropping, but still keeping that support. There it is. There is the support. Should have gone up, holding right there, but it is not cleared. Let me just say, if you are worried, if you are bullish, it is not clear. It must clear. Must clear everything. Right. So there it is. clearing, but we are expecting it to drop anyway. So price of gold still looking bearish. There is the knock on that support. Will it hold? USD CAD shot up. The price of gold of oil should be going down. Right, there it is. So now the price USD CAD is this one. I think it's gonna. I think Clement knows. I don't see any resistance. This one was clever. They broke to the upside and they're cruising. USD CAD is on a cruise to 1.2324. It's a cruise, this one. I don't see any resistance between this point and the next point. So if there's anything that you like, if I can just leave anybody with a signal, if the USD CAD can come back to the same support is breaking right now, I'll give it to you. Then I'm going, guys. And these are the signals I'm going to trade after this. Just need to check how my account is looking. There's been too much volatility here. Right. If the USD CAD can come back to 1.22, 22010, I would buy again. I would buy if it can come to the same point without reaching the target. I must emphasize, without having to come back from 1.23. It must come back. It must come back to 1.22000 buy until 1.233. All right, so that's what I'm saying. It must come back here, buy from there, and enjoy 140 to 150 pips. It's a cruise, autopilot, Clement calls it. Perhaps it could draw this euro dollar. Is breaking the 161.8, should be going to the downside. 261.8, think they are now wanting to touch the support. GBP USD does not look good there to be selling anything. I wouldn't advise any sale of GBP USD. And I wouldn't recommend any buy of the UJ. Honestly, no recommendation of the buy of the UJ. UJ, I can only buy it when it breaks the top. Only above this point can I buy it. So it must jump the record top, then you can buy it above the top. But until then, it's a wait. The only signal that for me is very clear is the USD CAD. Ladies and gentlemen, I trained, I analyzed, I gave signals. What more? Free from Opulence FX. Enjoy, tell your friends, tell your fellow traders, this is the place to meet. Silas, I don't know when are we meeting again. I think on Friday we are doing the New York, both the London and the New York trading sessions. London between 9 o'clock, between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock Central African time. New York session, always we want to break it down in the later part or in the mid part of the session, just after the New York Stock Exchange is opened. So I could be joining live again between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. for the New York session. These sessions are for others, training sessions, and for others just to collect analysis. Remember, these are recorded videos. You can go back to the YouTube and see how did we break it down for you. So watch it there and let's take it from there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I need to check out. I've got some trading to do tonight. Until then, let there be pips. Cheers, guys. Thank you.